Grab your popcorn. Trump already has his.
Oh, look, I gotta get some. Look at that stuff. I want just have it. We gotta get it.
My mom just got a bag of that, actually.
Is it good stuff? Good?
She says it's the best.
Is that the best?
She says it's the best.
If it is, I'll be in Washington, D.C., hopefully in the Oval Office. I'll send for popcorn, okay?
Appreciate that.
This movie's over in 42 days, and you can decide how it ends. So go vote, so we know the ending on election night. But first, we got to make sure we look good.
What a nice-looking man. Who is that? Oh, that's Trump. What a wonderful-looking person. I'm just checking out the hairstyle as I'm talking. I don't know. No, I'm checking, I'm talking, I'm looking up, I'm saying, I don't love it. Yeah, everyone don't love it. What the hell can you do? There's nothing I can do about it.
And they say the man doesn't have an ego. He just loves that he's alive.
You know my all-time favorite chart in history, right? I have a chart that's my all-time favorite. I love that. Is it around? Is it around? I love that chart. I sleep with that chart every night. I kiss it. I love it. Because that chart saved my life. I look to the right. Bing. If I didn't look to the right, I wouldn't be here with you today. I guarantee you that.
Alvin Bragg's going to indict him for having an affair with the chart. But good luck trying to find him. He'll be at McDonald's.
Remember one other thing, and I think it's terrible. She lied about McDonald's. She said I was a worker in McDonald's. And I stood over the French fries. I'm going to a McDonald's over the next 2 weeks. And I'm going to stand over the French fries because I want to see what her job really wasn't like, because she never. I stood over the French fries, and that was tough. It was hot outside, and it was hot over. She never worked there. It was a lie.
Trump should take orders at the drive-thru. It'll be the only time Trump's ever taken orders in his life. America would love it. Retail politics, baby. Trump's cooking fries, buying burgers for crypto bros, handing moms hundos for groceries, jumping from the Rust Belt to the Sun Belt. What's Kamala up to besides playing rope-a-dope?
There is an effort to rope-a-dope this thing right to the election, in my view. And the other side's done 40 or 50 interviews with J.D. Vance. I think I don't have to take my shoes off to count on my fingers and toes how many interviews that she's done along with Governor Walz. And that looks like a deliberate effort just not to face the hard questions and to try to, I don't know, I think Americans might finally say, you know, I don't like the way this is working. We'd like to see questions asked and answers provided for all these things, and we may never get that.
The country hasn't seen Kamala since Friday. Where'd she go? Did Pelosi stage another coup?
The Harris campaign has just been trying to kind of float above it all, to float above the immigration arguments, float above, you know, some of the nitty-gritty details on some of this policy.
How long can the media keep the Kamala campaign levitating? Most journalists are treating Kamala like a child, not to be seen or heard. Information is power, and the Democrats don't want voters to have the power to make an informed decision. The more uninformed Americans are, the better Kamala's chances. The more you know about Kamala Harris, the less you like her. Kamala Harris knows that, and so does the media. So they're in cahoots and keeping her in a safe room so she can't do any damage. Kamala's been vice president for 4 years, and the pundits are saying, she's still new to this.
She's not a perfect candidate. She came into this race 45 days ago. Some of her positions have changed, and there are questions that she hasn't answered. But what we know is the value set she brings to the office.
God forbid something had happened to Trump and Pence got the nomination and then went underground. Would I be telling you guys Pence only came into this 45 days ago? We know his values. I wouldn't look you in the eye and lie to you. Kamala Harris has been in politics her whole life. She's not new to this. She's a career politician. She doesn't have COVID. She's not having a bad hair day like Trump. Ross Barkin writes, Kamala's running to control a nuclear arsenal that could annihilate civilization 100 times over. We're not allowed to open up the hood or kick the tires. She's only running to be leader of the free world. There's a moral and civic argument for Harris to answer the questions. She wants us to hand her the keys to the nuclear codes, but won't answer why she pushed Russia into China's arms, why she let 20 million illegals into the country, why mortgage rates are sky high, or why small businesses are taking losses.
Every year we've been up, except for the last 3 years because of this inflation. It's exactly what you said. The prices are up, but our sales are down. So we've had to get super creative in how we use our space to try to.
Prices go up and yet your sales are down.
Yeah. So it's been brutal.
The economy is the biggest issue of the election, and her people can't even tell you what her plan is. Watch.
What is Harris's plan? We're waiting.
Yeah, okay, there's a lot of aspects to it in regards to looking at it online. She talks about certain things in regards to advancing the first federal ban on price gouging on food and groceries. States of America.
Gouging, is that currently happening?
In regards to I don't know exactly if that's currently happening or not because I'm not privy to that type of information.
Okay. It seems like you're having a hard time articulating her plan, and
I'm not. Honestly, that's not true. Please, I'm constantly being interrupted by you, which, as a woman, I think is disrespectful. When I'm trying to speak, every time I try and speak, you speak over me.
Okay. Final thought.
Thank you so much for having me.
The Trump plan's pretty clear. Tax and regulation cuts, energy independence, and trade deals that keep products made in America.
Under my plan, American workers will no longer be worried about losing your jobs to foreign nations. Instead, foreign nations will be worried about losing their jobs to America. Going to bring them back. And it won't even be difficult. Your only worry will be deciding which job to take. There will be plenty of them. That will be your biggest problem. Darling, which company should I go with?
I did it before, and I'll do it again. That's his message. Trump's framing the election as the American dream versus the tax queen. I sound like Al Sharpton.
Kamala Harris is the tax queen, and she's coming for your money, she's coming for your pensions, and she's coming for your savings unless you defeat her in November. So vote Trump and your incomes will soar, your net worth will skyrocket, your energy cost and grocery prices will come tumbling down, and we will bring back the American dream, bigger, better, and stronger than ever before.
Kamala's a bad candidate who can't defend her bad policies, and the media won't talk about the most important story of this election. Kamala Harris is losing the election. That's from the American Spectator, and Primetime agrees. If the election were held today and you vote like the polls say you will, Kamala is going to lose. Kamala performing much worse than Biden and Hillary, and those elections were decided by 0.3% and 0.2% in some states. CNN said if the polls are as wrong as they usually are, Trump wins. No one's talking about this. A new Quinnipiac poll has Trump ahead 48-47. Kamala Harris sees the polls. It's why she's begging Trump for another debate. She's even considering visiting the border. She's had 4 years to visit the border. She's going to do a photo op right before the election. She's stealing his policies on crypto and tax cuts on tips. And have you ever seen a Democrat fight this openly for the white vote? It's not working.
When we drove through those cornfields, just about every line had a Trump sign.
Yeah.
Flags everywhere, billboards everywhere, Trump campaign offices almost on every other block.
Kamala Harris was the most unpopular vice president in modern history. And we're talking Dick Cheney, Al Gore, Lyndon Johnson, Joe Biden. No offense to those guys. Her approval rating was in the 20s. And then the donors handed her the nomination, and we're supposed to believe she's sensational all of a sudden. Even Oprah was bored. Kamala's staff quits to work for someone else. Then there's people who work for someone else who quit to go work for Trump.
The Trump campaign is turning to people like Stephen Kale. Did you ever expect to be working on a political campaign?
I did not, no.
The 33-year-old service technician from outside Pittsburgh was motivated to knock doors after he witnessed the former president get shot at his Butler rally in July.
What I saw that day, I just wanted to help out.
For Kale, that means outworking Harris volunteers and staying on message with younger voters as much as possible.
I start off by talking about the economy, their cost of living, especially if they're in college, paying higher prices for gas, utilities.
This country took years to develop. Generations fought, built, and created the greatest civilization on earth. But look how quickly it can decay in just 4 years. Your neighborhoods don't look the same. Streets aren't as safe. Your paychecks aren't as fat. That typical American confidence in the future is rattled. The language that we use is under assault. Things we took for granted as eternal. The differences between men and women, right and wrong, the rule of law, under constant attack. This election is about more than Trump and Harris. It's about the future of the American Republic, our cultural fabric, our economic well-being, our ability to have it better than our parents had it, and an opportunity to live healthy lives and not be divided by race and class. 4 more years of what we've been exposed to would permanently injure this nation. We have to trust the common sense of the American people to make the right decision on November 5th. I have that trust. Do you? Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.